case of a nuclear explosion.
This is a Fourth Rider news break.
I'm Tyreese Hilton for Fourth Rider News Headlines. In Tel Aviv, as many as 100,000 people rally to oppose Netanyahu's plan to escalate the war in Gaza. This comes as families of hostages held in Gaza have called for a general strike to oppose Netanyahu's plan. The protesters are calling on Israel's largest companies, trade unions, and the tech sector to stop everything in order to save the hostages and soldiers. Israeli military assassinates 5 Al Jazeera journalists in Gaza, according to Al Jazeera News. They were killed in an Israeli airstrike on a media tent outside Al-Shifa Hospital. Al Jazeera decried the targeted killing as a desperate attempt to silence the voices exposing the impending seizure and occupation of Gaza. In Sudan, 63 people die of malnutrition in the city of El Fasher in northern Darfur. El Fasher has been under siege by the UAE-backed Rapid Support Forces, who have been in conflict with Sudan's army since 2023. The death toll is likely an undercount, since it only includes individuals who were able to reach hospitals in the area. Gessen warns Putin won't make peace with Ukraine because it risks his own survival. The war on Ukraine is not the kind of thing that you can roll back in a totalitarian state, says Gessen, columnist for the New York Times. It destabilizes the politics, it destabilizes the psychology of the country, and it would destabilize their economy. Russia has been able to retool its economy by manufacturing for war and selling for war. Protesters in the U.S. target Palantir, focusing on the tech company's work with ICE, facilitating Trump's expanding immigration policy and its work with the Israeli military. Palantir's data mining, surveillance, and automation tools are being weaponized against vulnerable communities. Silicon Valley firms are trying to find opportunities in this chaos as Trump slashes government services and pursues mass deportations. DOJ launches probes into New York Attorney General Letitia James and U.S. Senator Adam Schiff. In the latest escalation against Trump's perceived political enemies, Trump's Justice Department launched investigations into New York Attorney General Letitia James and U.S. Senator Adam Schiff. AG Pam Bondi tapped a special attorney to investigate mortgage fraud claims against Schiff and James. Japan bets big on African innovation. Japan is doubling down on its collaborative investment and innovation agenda across Africa. Tokyo's development agency says the focus will remain on climate resilience, infrastructure, and human capital development as Africa's youth unemployment crisis deepens and protectionist trade policies threaten global cooperation. In Ethiopia, the African Development Bank will invest $500 million in a new mega airport. Ethiopian Airlines Group Chief Commercial Officer Lema Yadecha and AfDB President Akinwumi Adesina have signed an agreement appointing the AfDB as mandated lead arranger. The bank will lead efforts to raise as much as $8 billion for the building's construction. California AG takes Trump to court for deploying National Guard. California Attorney General Rob Bonta files a court case challenging the Trump administration's move to federalize the state's National Guard to support immigration raids. Bonta argues the use of the military for civilian law enforcement in Los Angeles clearly violated the Posse Comitatus Act of 1878. The unemployment rate among Black Americans hit 7.2% in July, the highest level since the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic in October 2021. The rate is markedly higher than the national average of 4.2%, according to new data by the U.S. Department of Labor released August 1st. Women have been hit hardest, with more than 300,000 Black women losing their jobs in the first half of the year. And finally, after a pause of almost 17 years, Libya is preparing to host a bidding round for oil exploration. The announcement was made in a televised address on Monday by the acting chairman of the National Oil Corporation, Masood Suleiman. Tyreese Hilton for Fourth Rider News.
This is a Fourth Rider news break.